Hello there, and welcome to this vlog of December 2022. Firstly, apologies, I'm slightly late with recording this video, but there is a good reason, which I will discuss in a second. I'm not actually going to do a Battletech topic today per se. This is just going to be a bit of an update on the channel and on a project that I have been working on recently across like the wider Battletech community. I'll just go through some admin housekeeping points first though. My life has kind of gone mad. Work has just exploded into multiple like strands that I have to deal with. So I'm kind of traveling about at the moment across the country. I think if you've been watching my channel previously, you'll know that I'm in the process of moving cities. So sold this house. Was planning on just going to the new city and maybe just like renting like an Airbnb for a couple of months, then just finding a place and buying it. Well, on Friday, I actually bought a house in 5 hours. Yeah, don't ask. I won't go into it. It's crazy. But basically, over the next like 6 to 8 weeks, I just don't know how much time I can commit to doing anything beyond traveling, working, and moving cities. So, what I'm going to do is I've recorded some videos today, and then I'm going to put them out over the next couple of weeks. But my intention then is to actually not record before Christmas because I just simply can't commit to it. I'm then away for Christmas, but I should get back on schedule. I want to get back on schedule in January, but the house move may scupper that. So just bear with me. I know I've got a very small audience on here, and I think some people do seem to watch me on a weekly basis. So I do try to commit to that because I love talking BattleTech, but it may be slightly ad hoc over the next few months. Let's get on to the big topic then, which is my kind of relationship now with Death from Above Wargaming, which lovely merch here, by the way, which you can find on the Death from Above Wargaming YouTube channel. I think there are links on there. You may have seen this already because I'm sure that most of my kind of subscribers on here will know or follow or watch Death from Above. They've been going for quite a long time. For me, they are certainly one of, but I'd probably say the premium, most professional BattleTech channel. I think they do some wonderful content. Obviously, it's like Aaron's baby, and he does he puts so much dedication and effort and time into that channel. You can't see behind the curtain really, but what he does is on a different level really when it comes to the equipment that he's buying and the editing process and things like that. So for me, they've always been right up there. I was just a complete casual fan of theirs. I've talked before about the importance of giving money to the BattleTech community if you are able to do so on Patreon. So I kind of got speaking to Aaron through that medium, and it was we've been speaking for quite a long time now, and I kind of pitched the idea of fancy doing, I don't know, do you call it a VCast, vodcast? It's not a podcast, right? Podcast audio only, I think. So anyway, Aaron and I discussed that. Obviously then Tom got involved. Tom's for me, I always feel like Tom's out of the three of us anyway, Tom's the money, really. Aaron's the presenter, Tom's the money. I'm kind of the third wheel, which is absolutely fine. I'm cool with being that. Tom's the the Hollywood A-list actor though in our group, I think. So it's been really, really fun to work with them anyway because we've all got a real passion for BattleTech, and I just feel when I was watching them, I was kind of thinking, I think we could probably do some a pretty fun show between us. We all come from relatively different backgrounds as well, especially with me being British. So I think hopefully it will have legs in it. We've got no long-term plans for it. We've recorded several shows already. They will be staggered out as and when Death from Above can get them in their itinerary calendar. I can't commit to anything on that because obviously Aaron's got like multiple like battle reports and Battleetics, the series that he does where he does like the mech like analysis. So I think you'll see these like jump points episodes crop up every now and again. I think we discussed it and we kind of wanted that like 20 to 30 minute Sunday morning, almost like TV show, like casual viewing, that kind of thing, where we don't go like too much into depth on like the academic side of it. It's more a, like I said, news review show. We're going to do quite a bit on like tactical and strategical analysis. So I think that will kind of be the meat and potatoes of what we are doing because we're all really kind of into the tabletop game. I don't think we'll necessarily do much lore, though I might creep some in there because I do like my lore. Aaron and Tom do as well. I think though that like if you want to look at it in terms of like horses for courses or subject matter experts, I mean especially Aaron is like so good at kind of the analytic and the statistical and the tabletop side of it. I'm a little bit more of a casual fan than that, and kind of will quite happily like sit and read Sana lore all day if left to my own devices. Unfortunately, I don't get time for that. I wish I could. So yeah, I think between the three of us, we've all got like a pretty solid, diverse skill set that we can like bring to that table. So very excited to do that. I'd imagine we're going to kind of run it in like almost like mini seasons. So we'll probably just do. I'm guessing here because we've not done all the recordings yet. We've got a lot of ideas for it, obviously, but we'll do maybe like 6 on the first run. So that might keep us going for a few months, and then if people like it and it gets enough like traction and all that good stuff, then we'll probably come back and do a season 2. At the moment though, like the season 1's actually writes itself because we can focus on all the kind of news and the buzz and the analysis for the upcoming Mercenary Kickstarter. So we've got like a little like I don't know, like a skit or whatever you want to call it in there called the Render Blender, where we basically just have a look and like analyze and discuss the latest 3D renders that they're using for the next Kickstarter. So that's good as well. I mean, certainly like check that out if you if you're into BattleTech and you don't really like stalk the Patreon artist sites like I do, because if you're following people like Anthony Scroggins, then you'll kind of see the stuff that we're analysing because he releases that. Anthony does have an informal relationship with Death from Above. I think they interviewed him last year on the channel, and Anthony's quite happy for us to kind of put those pictures and analyse them. I think there's some kind of like time relationship. Like so, if Anthony posts it. If Anthony's posted a 3D render 3 months ago, he's happy for us to kind of release that because it's probably out there anyway. What we don't do though is like the stuff that's hot off the press, because that's really kind of not very respectful to Anthony's business model, because he is reliant on Patreon for a second income, if you want to put it that way. So we'll do it when we can within the kind of confines of that time frame. But I think it's like for me, I think that's one of the fun things on there, because I can kind of do it on my own. I've got like very rudimentary computer skills, and probably above rudimentary. So I shouldn't be too harsh on myself, but I have no intention of editing these videos. So like for me to do that would be very like unprofessional and ad hoc in my own usual special way. Whereas Aaron, is far more professional than I. So if we're doing something like the Render Blender, it's like we've got it on a separate screen with us 3 talking, and we're using like a specific software to do the conferencing as well. So it's not Teams. It's I can't remember what the software is called actually, but it's very, very good. So yeah, hopefully there is some like longevity to this in like the medium long term. Again, we are just playing it by ear for the moment, but it's something that I'm actually very honoured to do. When I kind of pitched it to Aaron, I'm pretty gobby anyway, I'm quite confident. So I was like, hey, should we do this? And I was literally just like, there's no way in hell that he'll kind of be up for this. But I really like him personally. I know he's a really good guy. So I was like, I'll just see what he says. And I was pretty flabbergasted actually when they came back to me and were like, "Yeah, we should really do that. I think there's some like traction in that." So that was nice. For me, I just love talking about BattleTech. So to do it with two people who are like very committed to it and very into it and have got like a real passion for it is very cool. So yeah, there you go. I'll put a link in the description to the Jump Point series. So yeah, do check that out. That would be nice. We are kind of monitoring the view situation. Not that that's like the be all and end all, but obviously, when you do projects like this, you have to there has to be legs in it because it does. Well, I say it costs money. It's not like a ridiculous amount or something like that. But we have to get the subscription services to the conferencing and all that kind of stuff. So I think from Aaron's standpoint, as long as it's like, as long as it is popular, then we will continue to do it. So there you go. And that's it really. I didn't really want to go into like mass levels of detail on this. I wanted to cover that because I'm sure that like over the next few weeks, people will probably start commenting below like, oh, you're on, the Death from Above channel now. So that's the situation we're in. There's nothing like, there's no like formal arrangement or anything. I'm not an employee, sorry. We just decided to do this and see where it goes. And as I say, this channel, for the next few weeks, I'll put some recordings out there. It won't actually change anything in regards to what I am doing here. I've kind of broached that with Aaron. I was like, do you want me to stop doing like, news review, or I'll usually do like there's news on the Kickstarter type thing, and Aaron was like, yeah, that's fine, continue on. I think for me, I'm too small anyway to kind of hit the like view like figures as well. I think on YouTube it doesn't really work like that. I think if you're big into BattleTech, you probably watch multiple things, so there's no real crossover there. I think the one thing I would say though is that I will prioritise that as a recording. Little bit of a sneak behind the curtain here as well. Sorry if you can hear banging, by the way. I've got a plumber in at the moment, so just ignore that. Just a little sneak behind the curtain. Anyway, I record these shows at like 2:00 in the morning. Not this one, the one with Death from Above. That is because Aaron and Tom are both busy guys and can only really do recordings in like the evening. So they're on, Eastern time on the US, and then I'm on British time. So that means that I'm up at like 1:00 in the morning doing the recordings. So if I look a little bit spaced out, that's why. But generally speaking, I'm quite like, I have to kind of then decide where I can like pinpoint my like recording efforts. So if I have to get up at 1:00 in the morning and record with them for like 2 or 3 hours, which is pretty brutal. I love it, but yeah, that's a bit of a tough ask. I then probably will have like the day after, I'll be like, yeah, I can't do any research and recording for the show this week. So that's why I say just bear with me. Like things like that like may crop up. And given the fact that the stuff that we're doing on Death from Above is like a billion times more professional than this channel. Like I said, I will prioritise that, but not to hopefully when I'm like moved and work calms down a little bit, which it will do absolutely in the spring, then I can just get back into the routine properly, and I'll start doing, like lore focus videos again, and then I can record with Death from Above, and yeah, that should all be much better then. It's just going to be a few months of a little bit of havoc. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there because I wanted this one to be very short and snappy. So again, there will be recordings before Christmas. They are done. It's just a matter of me uploading them over the next couple of weeks and staggering it. So I'll leave it on that note anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you again next time.